welcome to the Orchid Saga. My name is ELHO Brussel, also known as EJ. So yes, I have another sort of request video. It was on my list already, but Hermina Noben, I hope I pronounced your name right, did ask me quite a while back, a few months. We had a little talk about tolumnias, and she struggled with tolumnia and asked me how I grew them, etc. So I did give you an answer, but I also said I would like to make a video about it. It was, like I said, already on my list, but I just repotted them in a sort of semi-hydroponic system. So it's not as regular as I do, but it's very close to a self-watering pot. And of course, I'm going to show you what I mean by that. But before I do, I just wanted to mention they are hanging above here. So they are very close to the light. And in summer, they get more sunlight, filtered of course, but they really enjoy a good amount of light. But before I had them down here, maybe you remember that. And I had them in these tiny clay pots with pumice. They did kind of okay, but I couldn't keep up with watering, especially in the more sunny days, so in spring and summer, and they suffered. They did grow and I had them in bloom, but they weren't looking as good as they can. So I changed it fairly recently, I think about 3-4 months ago. Let me check if I have a repotting. Yeah, it was October. I always put a repotting date on the name tags, but I can see that one is in of 10/2024. So yeah, that was October, so not that long ago. And I think I can do an update because I see some positive developments. So I will change the setup and we will have a close look at my tolumnias. So yeah, like I said, I did change up the setup a little bit. You're a little bit closer so I can grab the pots and show you. So yeah, clay pots, pumice, and not enough water. These are not very suited for self-watering regularly, at least in my care. I know a few growers, they have them in self-watering pots, but tolumnias do not really like having their roots constantly wet. So what I did put them in a net pot. This is the rim of the net pot, in a regular pot, an outer pot, so to speak. And as you can see, I did burn some holes in there, so there's extra air coming in. And of course, a net pot is very open, so a lot of air and moisture. What I do now is just to give them a little bit of water that lasts for about 5-6 days, so just a tiny bit. So that's the difference between the regular self-watering pots. I don't give them a really heavy reservoir, so to speak, but just a tiny bit of water, and it keeps them damp, not wet, damp for about 4 or 5 days. At least then the water is gone, it should be. And the pots do not completely dry up, and I will show you. Well, first of all, we have some new roots, and this one, and I'm still figuring it out, this one did well, but then I did have a little bit too much water in the reservoir, and then this happens. So we have, as you can see, those were fairly new roots, but I lost quite a few of them. As you can see, that's a brown one over there. And of course, that's not the goal. I think I need to watch my mic. This one, no, it's soft as well, this longer one. So I lost those roots. Luckily, the plant is looking okay, and it's also working on 2 spikes, as you probably can see. And we have new fans, but we can see a little bit dehydration in those. But color-wise, it's a nice green color, even almost a hint of purple there. So enough light, new fans in here, as you can see, plus 2 spikes. So it's doing okay, but it can do better. I need to keep those roots alive. And I did forget to show you the reservoir, how much water is in there. But you can see, hopefully, there's a little bit, it's hard to film. It's a little bit damp still in there. And so this pot is fairly damp still, and those roots as well. funny enough, the pebbles that I use turn black if they're very moist, and they become this grayish color when they dry up. So this is fairly black in my opinion. That means there's a lot of humidity, water, dampness inside of the pot still. And I will water them on Wednesday again, so I'll let it dry up a little bit more, and then I will water it. So far, that's been working, but I give this one a little bit too much water, and then you might lose some roots. So that's the tricky part. It comes with experience. I cannot say how much water a tolumnia needs, judging on the size and how it grows and what it does. But that comes with experience. So I cannot say on forehand, this is the amount of water you need to give. Even though these are all in the same size pots, similar situation, different tolumnia, and look at the colors of this one. This is what we want to see. Beautiful. And that's, I never had this before. Such nice, look at that. The name takes a little bit in the way, but so beautiful. Very nice, strong veins, I believe you call them, leaves. So absolutely beautiful on tolumnias. But yeah, we have new growths here and even some modeling going on. I hope you can see that. Yeah, there we go. I think that's, yeah, that's beautiful. This one is doing very well. We have a beautiful, nice root system. Oh, I'm sorry, I moved very quickly. Pebbles in there. The lighter stone things are the pumice, but the darker ones I'm after. So I didn't notice when I bought these pebbles, but these work very well to give you an indication of if it's dry or not. And I hope you can see this one just above my finger. You see, that's a lighter grayish color compared to the ones next to it, black ones. So that tells me that this is drying up, not dry, and it's, for me, it's perfect. But I just need to become better with it and figure it out. But so far, this one is really doing its job. Let's see, we have some roots? Yeah, look at that. You see? Look how that's almost white. That's alive. And up here, it's very tiny. Not sure if you can see it, but it has a branch going on there. That's just above that. Roots, do we have more sticking out? Not yet, but this one is really doing its job. I'm sorry, I was out of frame. Dirty nails, I apologize. I did some repotting earlier on. But anyhow, beautiful, beautiful. I need to speed it up a little bit, I know. But this is first, I wanted to let you know about the system. And maybe you noticed as well that I start using the larger pumice instead of the small pumice. That is also more air. I'm allowing a lot of air in these pots. And again, fairly dark stones on top. So if this was my watering day, I would skip this. Because it's moist enough. It needs to dry up a little bit. And also I want to mention this. Oh, look at that, look at that. You see, that is what we are after. This tip, you see, was too wet too long, and then they die off. But if you keep them damp, not moist, but damp, it's hard to explain, but you probably get a feeling for it. You will have these beautiful roots, and that is once again what we want to see. Root tips escaping the net pot. And you see, no water in there. It's hard to film, but it's still damp. And the bigger pumice, I hope you can see them. So yeah, this seems to be working, but it's more advanced, I would like to say, when you're starting out. Because it's not like this water gauge, I still have it in there. I technically could take it out because I don't use it. That's too much water. If that starts to give an indication of the level in the pot, it's already too much. I hope that helps a little bit. This spike, well, it's blooming. 2 blooms, as you can see, beautiful blooms. Not that long, not that long. This is a very short spike, but this one is already getting bigger. As you can see, 3 buds, not much, but if you compare it with this one, it's better. Progress. That is what we call progress. Look at the colors again. And look at the roots. So this one is really, really enjoying the new setup. There we have a lot of new roots coming. Yeah, it's beautiful. I did forget to give you the name. This is Tolumnia geriferum mocha spots. Mocha spots. Yeah, this one is doing well. So not too much water. So that's what I try to mention with a semi hydroponic setup, self-watering setup. It's just a little bit different. Then look at this beauty. It's just starting to bloom. Oh my. Isn't this perfect? Absolutely stunning. Such a bright color. So yeah, this is my, you may have recognized it, my Zelemina. So it's technically a cross Midas, Zelemina Midas. It's a cross with a Tolumnia. Yeah, it's beautiful, two beautiful, very strong spikes. This is the best blooming I ever had from it so far. And look at the color of these veins. These beautiful leaves. And some roots, we have an escaping root here, but also quite some roots inside of that pot. There we go, a lot of roots. So yeah, this one is really enjoying it. And once again, I noticed that these pebbles are sort of starting to dry up. Not dry enough to give this more water again. No, it doesn't need it. And also we have moss in there. So if the moss stays alive, you are doing a good job. Because moss doesn't like to dry up, of course. And again, same setup. I try to watch the spikes. Let's have a look. Yeah, you see? Roots. One root there that was a little bit too wet, but the rest is looking fine. And obviously we can see that in how the color is of the leaves and the size of the spikes. So yeah, beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So that is that one. Yeah, slowly try to get it back. Is that in frame? Not completely, but it's hanging on this rack here. You stay there, yes. Next one. So this is bloody red. I'm not completely sure if it is a bloody red, but this one didn't do well for quite a while. I did get this in 2021 and it's now 2024, so it's still not very big, but leaves. Nice color on those leaves. Nice new growth here. And well, actually three, maybe this is a fairly new growth, I believe. Another one here and here. So we have quite a few. I lost a few on this one, but I think we are saving it. You can see it looks a little bit dehydrated still. That's the old fan, but the new ones are looking pretty. And this one is starting to dry up, as you can see. And I hope you did catch those beautiful new roots in there. I'm not going to take them all out. Not that I don't want to, but that's time-wise. I think you now get the idea what I'm after. This is Tolumnia Gyrec Flyer Red Berry. So I did recently had it in bloom, as you can see, but you also can see that this one is struggling. I did repot it while it was in bloom. Maybe not the best time. Do we have? Oh yeah, we have a new fan coming. Teeny tiny there in the middle. At least one. Ah, another. No, that's the one that did bloom. Yeah, there's another one. I'm sorry. There. In there. I hope you can see it. So hopefully those will look better. So this needs to have some TLC. But I think we are getting there. This is a fairly new one. I'm not even sure, did I do an unboxing on it? I'm not completely sure. I think so. But Tolumnia Gyrec Flyer Banana. So this is fairly, yeah, from October. So just when I was repotting the other ones, this one was also repotted. And that fan was already there. But it looks like to me that it's growing. It's nice and strong, thick leaves. But you can see it's a bit wobbly in there. But it's making roots. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, I think we have now a white stripe in there. That's a root. So looking good, looking good. And no, that one didn't. If it was watering day, it's yet damp, so no water for this. And still, yeah, just recently watered them, but a few days back. That is the one that I did found at Landsbergen. Oh, I'm sorry for the shakiness. So I left that spike on because it's doing so well. It was making another one and it's continuing to making this one. It's doing very well. Beautiful color. I did take it off of the mount. And we have quite some roots in there, new roots. So it was a good time to do a repot. We even have that new growth that I didn't catch the first time when I just bought it. I explained it in the video. But anyhow, we have a lot of new growths. It's looking very, very beautiful. I'm going to check this one because I'm curious. I didn't check it for a while. If we have already roots outside of the pot. No, not yet. Not yet. Well, actually, I'm lying. I'm sorry. I don't know if I catch my mic. I know it doesn't sound make a nice sound. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm too busy. But here, there, is it in frame? There, yeah, there. It's a little teeny tiny spot. Is a root starting to escape the pot. So that is nice. It's very nice. I need to put him back. There we go. So that is that one. Like again, a same setup. I really use the same setup for all of them. We are almost there. We have 2 to go, if I'm correct. Yeah, two more. This is also a new one. I did get it in the same order as the banana we just saw. I'm sorry, I'm out of frame. Tolumnia Yarek Flyer Lady in Red. Look at those fans. Still have a beautiful color on them. Come on, camera. Yes, there we go. Look at that. Roots. Color of the pebbles. Well, it's dark, very dark, so that means moisture in there. A few of them are starting to gray up, so to speak. You see what I'm getting at? This is a new setup for me, and I'm really training my own brain as well as trying to explain to you guys, if you are interested in this setup, what I'm looking for, what I want. So I want a fairly damp environment, but I need the reservoir to be empty within a day or 5. And so far that's working, but like I said, it will need some experience. And it depends, of course. If it's nice and sunny, these guys will start to grow really quickly. Just check your pots every other day, for example. So this one is dry in here. You can see I can keep it upside down. That's the the wick. No water in there. And this feels damp. Trust me, this is wet. The pot is damp and that's wet. There's a difference between damp and wetness. But we have beautiful, nice roots. So yeah, I hope this does make sense. I'm really excited about this setup, by the way. I love it because I have so much results. And now, funny enough, I take the worst one, but the rest of them, as we just saw, do so well. This one I always struggle with, so that's not new, but you can see I lost almost half of the plant. Let's turn it this way so we don't have the water gauge in there. But we still have some greenery on there, but this one never did well for me. We also have a new root. I hope you can see it there. That is trying to find its way down into the pot. And very dark pebbles. This one is just not drinking that much. I hope it does drink a little bit. So yeah, nothing happening there yet. This is the Tolumnia Yarek Hot Pink. Like I said, the hot pink never did well for me, but it's here and I'm giving it a chance, of course. And so far, those veins do look okay-ish. But yeah, maybe I'm going to lose it, but I want to give it a chance. I bought it and I'm responsible for it. I hope this setup will help a little bit more. But compared to other ones, yeah, that one is so far the only one that's not doing well, and the rest I really can see the difference, you guys. The color on those veins on those leaves, magnificent. Yeah, maybe the red berry was probably not the best time to repot it. so far, but the rest is looking so well. I will give you a nice, because it looks so well, so nice. I will show it now to you guys how I have them hanging on this teeny tiny wall, basically. So yeah, as you can see, they also have a light quite close to them for the darker days. In summer, I probably will turn it off, but they really, like I said, enjoyed that light. Look at these beautiful tolumnias. I love them, absolutely love them. And it's such a nice bright spot. Look at those. So bright, so bright, so bright. And that spike, I'm sorry, is almost touching the light. And here we have the other two we just saw. But this is the setup. I hope you can now get a nice perspective of how I have them hanging here. And earlier I had them over here in that area. Maybe you remember it, but it was a bit too dark for them. Yeah, too dark, and they are really going for it. So that's now how I grow them. So I cannot say that's really successful, but so far I have great successes, we just saw. But I'm fairly new to my own system at this point, but I think I can make this work. I definitely think, if you look at this, and especially if you consider it's now winter, so we just had autumn and it's now winter, and they look so nice and bright. And autumn and winter means that we don't have much light. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And yet still, they look so very healthy. Well, at least most of them. I have two, this one, and the last one we just saw. That's not really doing well, but the rest is really enjoying their life. So thank you, Hermina, to inspire me to making this video. Yeah, I'm really falling in love again with my tolumnias. I love them already, of course, but if you cannot really grow them well, it doesn't matter which orchid it is, it's just not fun seeing them struggle. And they did kind of okay. I had some blooms, but nothing compared to this. This is so much better. But it's not a system for beginners. If you ask me, you really need to get a sense of a feel for how much water they need and when they need the water, etc. How quickly will they dry up, and that's sometimes tricky. But what you can do, a tip if you want to try it out, and maybe you're fairly new or you have doubts if you are able to use the system, you could give them a reservoir, and after, let's say, 3 days in winter if it's colder, and maybe in summer, spring if it's warmer, after 4 days, just empty the water, put it back in, and I see that it takes at least 2 to 3 days to really get them dry up, and you probably will still have enough humidity inside of the pots. So if you're not sure, that's how I did it, and now I am really trying to eyeball it. And like I said, the pebbles are really helping. I had no idea when I started using these pebbles 3-4 years ago if that they would help me so much with certain setups. But with the tolumnias, it's so easy to see with the pebbles if they change color. So that's also a tip. If you have the ability, or you know if pebbles do shift color, if they are dry or wet, probably use those for a top layer. Doesn't matter, they don't need to be black or gray, but as long as you can see if they change the color a little bit, it helps. It helps a lot. So I just can see my pot and I know, no, this doesn't need water. Oh, this one can have a little bit of water, spray a little bit of water on there, and that's it. But yeah, to get this system rolling, you can offer them a reservoir and empty it after maybe even 3 days, depending on where you live, of course. I cannot say that, but that's up to you to figure it out. That's it and done. Thank you so much. For me, this was very fun because this is new. Let me know if you like this video. Yeah, maybe you want to share how you grow tolumnias. Feel free, because I know a lot of people read the comment sections as well to get more information about these beautiful plants. So please let us know how you grow them. And of course, if you have any questions, suggestions, leave them in the comment section as well. Next video is going to be my last one from this year. I may make some shorts in between, I don't know, but a last proper video, so to speak. And that will be my blooming update. I mean, that's beautiful, right? To end this growing year. Well, actually this year, it's not really growing year. That works a little bit different. But ending this year with a blooming update. And oh, there are a few, you guys, I really really cannot wait to show them to you guys. They're around me now, so that's why I'm looking around. But yeah, so many beautiful blooms. So I'm really looking forward to that video as well. That's it and done. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you at one of my next videos. Bye bye.